You've got ants inside the house, mosquitoes outside the house, moles burrowing in your lawn, and termites eating your house from inside out. You're completely surrounded. Luckily, OPC Pest Services has a 4 seasons program that can help. OPC has been providing quality pest services since 1972. Protect your home and property and call OPC Pest Services for a free estimate at 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com. Again, that's 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com.
At U of L Health Urgent Care Plus, the plus makes all the difference. You get convenient, world-renowned care that's backed by a network of academic expertise, less wait time, plus more advanced technology, compassionate care, plus no appointment necessary. It all adds up to a smart choice for the best care close by. So don't put your health on hold. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2 or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Business owners, are you trying to fill open positions? Let ESPN Louisville help you with our Jobs Connection program that connects your business with potential hires. We're helping companies like Kelly, UPS, GE Appliances, OPC Pest Services, and Delivery.com with their recruitment efforts. Contact us at espnlouisville.com and click on the Job Connections tab to learn more. We want to help you find people who will be difference makers for you. Go to espnlouisville.com and click on the Job Connections tab.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maben. You about midway to the midday with Marcus Maben. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maben. So sit back and relax and watch Maben. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, I can't tell you how excited I am to be back in the city and sharing all the good news and having the good show. Steve Rummage still on vacation. James Black in the booth.
What's up, Marcus?
Listen, I was wondering how you were going to handle the return. You getting a lot more comfortable behind the microphone or what?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no choice.
Fair enough. Okay, so people, listen, you know what's going on. You know your boy Rummage is on vacation. By the way, let me start off. Shout out to everybody that held it down. Lieberman, Nikki, Jeff Lightsey Jr., everybody did a good job. Keep it. Listen, the lights still came on. The show still started. So I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't think about how much that was going on here while I was gone. Definitely want to get to it. Listen, great time in Atlanta. ATL, shawty. Terrible time with the traffic. It's a horrible thing. I have a new fear unlocked. of the Georgia State Trooper. It's a different level down there, boys. So then there's that. Hold on, let me turn on my microphone a little bit. There you go. Yeah, Georgia State Troopers is a new fear unlocked. My dad's DNA. If it unlocks in me, y'all are gonna and within the next year or two, I may turn into one of the pettiest people on the planet. And you know why that's coming. So we're gonna have a fun show. It's good to be back. Oh, congratulations, Rick Bozich, Kentucky Sports Hall of Fame new honoree. Congratulations, Rick. Definitely congratulations. So, people, that was your opening. That was me tap dancing. Do you realize that I have not been back in this studio since we added I don't know what to call them. You tell me what to call them. Texters 3831 939. Callers 8150 939. Did y'all hear it? Was I out of town? Jeff Lacey Jr., you lucky some. I go out of town and we land a Bronx, New York point guard to finish off our class? Is that what happens? Did Lightsey get to come in here and celebrate with the fans? I don't know if he celebrated. I don't know what he did. I mean, I heard it still work. Was there a lot of celebrating going on?
A lot of celebrating.
Oh man, I can't believe I missed out on it. All right, yeah, you know I didn't miss out on it. I just needed some time to get back and get warmed up. Did Kenny Payne go get, and listen, I don't know what's worse. The fact that I'm happy that he's short just to shut people up, or the fact that I'm happy that he plucked them right out of New York, out of Bronx, New York. Number one player in the state of New York. Why do I always want to say New York City? The state of New York City. I made the accident probably 15 times in the last 2 days. Number one player in New York. You know what, people? I just want to do this. I tried to prepare myself to not just jump in here, going guns a blazing. Let me just go. Let me find his profile. Let me go down. Let me see all these tabs I got open. Let me go down and find his profile. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Let's go 247. Let's see what they got to say about him. The timeline. May 22nd. What's today? The 25th? May 22nd. Tyler Johnson committed to Louisville. And people, was that not the sneakiest, most under the radar, most move in silence commitment? Which commitment was quieter? Tyler Johnson or Jovanovic? Was there anybody else that you didn't see this haymaker coming at all? That's fun. Definitely has a reputation. His reputation of moving in complete silence is growing. Or I don't know. Maybe that just popped up out of nowhere. You know, maybe we just got lucky. Maybe he just called and just committed that day. Who knows? But here's the thing. I want to read the scouting report. Just I want to know what people are saying. I want you to know what people are saying. Let me see. Where is his scouting report? Oh, let's go to profile. Okay, there it goes. Per Adam Finkelstein. Steen. Not sure, Adam. Sorry about that. What does Adam have to say? Johnson is a volume scoring lead guard. Now, when you say lead guard, what are we supposed to say now? Is lead guard an appropriate term for saying point guard now? How do we feel about that? Because when I say, it's like people's stomach turns when you say combo guard. People's stomach turns when you say point forward. People's stomach turn when you say anything but true point guard. So insert criticism here. He's a lead guard who is very talented and confident with the ball, but can tend to dominate the ball at times. Now, that's damn sure what y'all wanted, right? I mean, don't tell me you didn't want a lead guard, dominant ball handler, playmaker. Just if you reached out to the sports gods and begged for something, I want a complete ball dominant scoring lead guard for my Cardinals to top off the roster of all these 4 and 5 stars. Bing, 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 bing. A tight handle, good speed, change of pace with various hesitation moves, an under the rim finisher, albeit one who can navigate tight spaces in the lane, has a soft touch as a layup maker, and is a bit of a streaky shooter who convert. There it is. He's streaky shooter. There it is. You got one, y'all. You got that nice little nitpick that you needed. It's like everything just can't be perfect, right? From behind the arc in the EYBL. But has a clean, repeatable release that should be more consistent as he improves the balance in his lower body. I always say that about our team, too. God, golly, man, another one. Coach Crum. Okay, coach. Okay, coach. Got me talking about the balance of people's feet. Golly, coach. I'm on balance. It doesn't matter if my feet end up kicking left or right. Coach, when I pull up, I'm on balance. I don't care what my lower body's doing. If my stroke looks good, it's going in. You were right, coach. But yeah, lower body, I complain about that to no end to this day. Johnson is also a true 3-range scoring threat with a full assortment of pull-ups and floaters in the mid-range area. Y'all know that little curl, that drove me crazy because on the YouTube, I've showed people this curl play that's a staple of the Louisville offense, and we've watched this curl play, and we've been dunked on by this curl play in the Kentucky rivalry more than I'd care to admit. But I see this play all the time, and it's a floater or an alley-oop. And I could not understand why last year I couldn't get my guy L to throw this alley-oop or dish it for the dunk when it was wide open all the time. Sorry, L, you my guy. The alley-oop was open all the time. All the time. The dish was open all the time. Now, I know Sidney, sometimes he fumbled the ball a little bit. I know Jalen Withers, he's a little more reliable from the three-point line than around the basket in the traffic. You know how you justify, you know how you not justify, you want to know how you make a change about getting the ball inside and getting it to your playmakers? You go get a point guard from the Bronx, yo. You go get a point guard from the Bronx. You know what Bronx point guards think in life? You know how I get mad? Country boys like me coming out of Asheville, North Carolina, and Clarksville, Tennessee, we like jumping over people to dunk the ball. That I grew up in my roots. Bronx point guards think you get points for dimes. Bronx point guards believe that something changes on the scoreboard when I hit someone with a lick-away dish that leads to a bucket. Bronx point guards are the only human beings on the planet that don't know you don't get points for assists. You know what? Because in their brain, they do. You know what it looks like? Ooh, from the crowd. Simultaneously, we benefit through the dish. The Bronx point guard benefits emotionally, because that's the only benefit he gets. Statistically, yeah. It looks good in stat sheets at the end. There is a DNA in the Bronx point guard that says, I may have the chance to score this, but I want to get it right to the basket, right. And there's a downside to this. They get it to where they have the perfect wide open shot, and you just see a regular layup coming, and a Bronx point guard goes up to the basket, and you're waiting to see the layup, you're waiting to see the floater, right? And he's going up, and you kind of like let down your guard because you're like, okay, he got this layup. Then all of a sudden, bam, he passes it. And you're like, whoa, oh. And it makes you jump out of your seat a little bit, like, oh, what? Oh. And all of a sudden, somebody's dunking it. You're like, oh my God, that was a dime. That was a dime. How did he do? What was he doing? There's a downside to it, though. There's a downside. He'll make you hate your big man. If your listen, Brandon, Emmanuel, Dennis, JJ, y'all better keep your head on a swivel. Y'all better keep your head on a swivel and your hands in front of your face, because a New York point guard will break your nose if you don't have your hands up. That ball will hit you in the face. He'll make the fans hate you if you can't catch. Ask any New York point guard. Ask if you played with a New York point guard. They actually, you remember, what movie am I thinking of when the quarterback was supposed to clock the ball? Was it Friday Night Lights? And he throws the ball over to the sideline and hits his dad in the nose with the football one time when he's clocking it, and then he hits the mascot with the football. Do y'all remember what I'm talking about? Texas, 38-31, 93-9. What is that? Friday Night Lights, where he just threw it to the sideline, just dead accurate hit to the nose. I don't know, but listen, you drop his passes, you drop New York point guards' passes, they're coming in hotter. And listen, and he'll look to the crowd after you miss his dime. He'll break your nose. Keep your hands up, and you better finish it too. Because here's the thing: when he knows he set you up, you think Steph Curry is bad about running away after he shoots 3-pointers that he knows are going good. Once the new Varsity Blues. Thank you, Texas. Varsity Blues. Thank you. Listen, the New York point guard will, and here's the thing, y'all. I'll read it so you get a context from someone else. Just to give you an example. The fans will boo you when the ball hits you in the nose. He'll make you look clumsy. And listen, you're gonna get mad too. You're gonna be like, shoot that. He's gonna say, no, I'm a point guard. You're supposed to be expecting it at all times. I got dimes. That's what you added. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he was literally the first commit of Kenny Payne's a long time ago. And you know what Kenny Payne just said? Nah, don't commit just yet. I want to read all of the Twitter. I'm going to spend the next, listen, right after the season ended, he probably had Tyler Johnson in the fold, right? And he knew what they're the first. We need this, we need that, we need that, and he probably filled every roster spot all this time since the end of the season. Had it all planned out. He said, you know what? I'm gonna just every time we get a guard, I'm gonna say, yeah, we're gonna add this guy, we're gonna add this guy, and we're gonna go get this reclass guy, and we're gonna get this transfer guy, and then we're gonna go out west, and then we're gonna bring another transfer, and go to Minnesota and go get a 7'2" guy or 7'1" guy. Just gonna keep on reading. Tyler, just wait. Just wait. Kenny Payne, who's been in New York the last 2 years, people. I don't know if you forgot that or anything, but it's been in New York the last 2 years. I bet he had him right under his wing. Then he shows up with the final pit bull piece to say, all right, y'all. What did Deion say? I'm bringing that luggage with me. And it's Louis. Okay, so here it is. More than a capable passer, average 6 assists per game in the summer, but tends to prioritize throwing assists over moving the ball. Translation: he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker, a maker of plays. You can make it a negative. Prioritizes throwing assists over moving the ball. I'll take it. You know, if that's my biggest problem, I have a 6-foot Bronx point guard that likes to get to the basket and throw dimes a little more than dribbling the air out the ball. I think that's what we wanted. To add to a guy who could just get to where he wants to get to. But can also be turnover prone. 4 per game. Well, that won't work, Tyler. The 4, I don't know, but if you putting up 6, 7, 8 dimes every once in a while, listen, it's Tyler. Trust me. We won't be very judgmental about your turnovers around here. The bar for turnovers is extremely high, Tyler. It would be impossible for us to see any more turnovers than we've seen in the 2022-23 season. Clean it up, Tyler. But don't listen. Take your time. We won't be extreme judgmental. And it's okay. Because I don't think Scott will be turning the ball. So, defensively, he has quick hands that allow him to be a playmaker. Oh. Defensively, has quick hands that allow him to be a playmaker. Quick hands, quick twitch. Just got to stay in front of it, though. I'm trying to think of, let me see, New York point guards with quick hands. You know what? Let me think about that, and I'll get back to you. New York point guards, of course they got quick hands. Of course they got disruptive defensive hands. Has to commit to sitting down in the stance and guarding for stops. Listen, that is the problem on every team in every sport, sitting down and getting your stance. Anybody who has listened to Marcus Maben within the last 4 years has always heard there's so much that can be said about the stances. Football, basketball, all alike. I tell a lot. It's like, Bruce Lee says you don't know somebody till you fight them, or I don't know if that's Bruce Lee or those old kung fu flicks I used to watch. But everybody says it. All great fighters say you don't really know somebody till you fight them. That's how I feel about people's stance. I know I say it to you all the time. Stances burn. They burn your hamstrings. They burn your thighs. Who is willing to stay in a stance And who is willing to block out in a stance is going to tell you so much about the human being they are, what level of commitment they have to be in a full stance. Go back and look at Ray Spalding. Go back and look at Ray Spalding. I was like, you know what? I love that human being. I ain't met Ray Spalding 3 times in my life. I love that dude as a human being because of the way he got in his stance. You know what he looked like? This is what the ideal stance I want to see. Because you remember when, bye Nikki, you remember when the Predator was about to waste Arnold Schwarzenegger? He found him, and he saw he took off his camouflage. Then the Predator went over there, took off his mask, took off his gear, and then he spread out and just. I was like, okay, you wanted a fair one, huh? Y'all remember when the Predator? Now that was a twist in that movie. I didn't expect that, but the Predator said, "Oh, you want to shoot the fair one? Oh, okay." But you remember how he stretched out and just roared and said, "Let's get it on," start smacking Arnold Schwarzenegger around. That stance and that stretch out is what Ray Spalding used to do on point guards. It used to get me so excited. On switches. You could tell he enjoyed it. You know what else? While I'm rambling, I don't mean to ramble, but I'm just happy to be back, guys. While I'm thinking about it, watch Sky Clark when he gets switched on bigs. He really enjoys denying the pass and getting it into big guys like lower legs. Yeah, that's just something you might notice. You know, I'm all in point guard mode and all that stuff. Okay. Physically, he is a tad undersized with a naturally slighter build, but is gradually building up his body and tough enough to compensate for what he may currently lack in inches and weight. Another thing, you know this to be true. You may not believe me now, but you can go back and look. Show me a Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens point guard that you saw get muscled around. Muscled around. And you know what I mean? Like truly muscled around. They fight before they get muscled around. They tackle before they get muscled around. Like tell me they slap. They compensate with quick, dicey karate hands before they let you too small me on the court. You know, the little hand gesture. And you might get away with one or two. They don't give up and ones. Because it's a New York guard thing. It's a scrappy New York guard thing that just is in them, right? I don't worry about that guy just getting muscled around. That's not something that happens very often. Overall, Johnson is a scorer and a playmaker. This reminds me of who was it? No, it was Nolan Smith. It was Nolan Smith who said it on the interview that I played. Nolan Smith said, you know, we're looking for a point guard. We're looking for the type that, you know, is a playmaker and a scorer and can distribute and is alpha and is a leader. And I got mad at Nolan. I got mad at Nolan Smith. I'm like, well, yeah, Nolan. Yeah, I want a point guard that can score and distribute and be a playmaker and be a leader and be a dog on defense. And yeah, that sounds lovely. And myself and Steve included. I'm going to just drag Steve into this one with me. Stephen Rummage comes in and says, yeah, there aren't any. Uh-huh. Ha-ha. There just happens to be one out there, or wasn't out there, but currently in overtime elite / on his way to the University of Louisville. Overall, Johnson is a scorer and playmaker who needs freedom and volume to be at his best, but is still simultaneously working to find the right balance to maximize his efficiency. $93.9 The Ville. Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Coming up on Thursday's edition of the V Show, it's a really special show because we are broadcasting live from Abbey Road on the River.
Yay, Beatles. Ringo's my favorite.
One of the great Beatle festivals in the world, and we'll be out there. Mickey Dolenz is going to be performing Thursday night. He's the headline act. He was with us on Wednesday's show.
Uncle Paulie's set to join us, talk a little bit about U of L rounding out their roster.
Coach Mark Lieberman's supposed to come join us and be part of all the festivities. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Got some Pat 40 sound I want Pops to react to. Sorry I missed your chicken wings, Pat.
And we'll be in a very celebratory mood because it's a fun time at Abbey Road on the River. You won't want to miss it Thursday, noon till 3, ESPN 680, 1057.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Contractors of any size, listen up. When you're looking for heavy equipment to rent, buy, or sell, you need to turn to Team Boone. Whether you're an individual or a large contractor, Team Boone has everything from cranes, dozers, forklifts, even aerial equipment. Team Boone offers a host of competitively priced equipment for daily, weekly, and monthly rentals, with rent-to-own options and job site delivery available. Team Boone has locations in Bardstown and Shepherdsville and has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Look them up online at teamboone.net. That's teamboone.net.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at TisdaleAnimalHospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Do you have a vehicle that you are no longer using? St. Vincent de Paul, whose donated cars program helps fund life-saving food, shelter, and recovery programs, as well as educational outreach.
On the clock to listen, understand,
academic expertise, less wait time, plus more advanced technology, compassionate care plus no appointment necessary. It all adds up to a smart choice for the best care close by. So don't put your health on hold. That's the power of you. Visit uflhealth.org.
With interest rates and gas prices creating so much uncertainty, there's one thing that you know. Are you going to come back in 30? That's the roof over your home. At Carl. Look them up online at carlinroofs.com. That's CARLON roofs.com or 458-9898.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831-939.
Hold up, son. Word.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maven, broadcasting live from the open.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Had a little bit of a sweat brow moment there. And speaking of sweat brow moments, I guess I should remind everybody that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios, sometimes referred to as the Players Club, for that hard to eat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Hold up. Wait a minute. People, before I go one step further, I'm going to say this out loud. This has nothing to do with sports. This is about life and society and holding people accountable. Now, I don't know what's going on with a certain cable company, but listen. This cable company convinced me that I should transition to their company and I should purchase their most recent iPhone. My iPhone was doing just fine with my old company. I wanted to upgrade, and this cable company left me no choice. So I decided I was gonna, just kind of bundle up my cable and my cell phone with a certain company. Then, everything was going fine. But people, I don't like being, what's it called, a shakedown? I know what you're doing. You're purposely slowing down my service. Don't start advertising that we got the new fast stuff and it's faster than what you got, right? My internet was perfectly fine. I get 3 weeks of advertising about our new speed and our new modems and everything's going to be cool. And all of a sudden, I can't watch my bootleg movies. I can't listen. All my hacking and tracking that I do and with my regular high-speed internet, all of a sudden is working like dial-up. Back in the day, when ESPN Louisville employees had the Verizon, man, they were like burner phones, man. We had these Verizon phones. People, we had the best burner phones in history. I see my man Drew over there nodding. He feels the pain of not having that burner phone just like all of us. We had these burner phones. People, I moved. Hold on, people. He's gonna confirm.
That was the day the music died when they went dead.
Oh.
Remember how sad that day was?
Oh my God.
Oh, everybody was in tears around here. That was the best hustle we've ever had. We were a forgotten about loophole in the Verizon system. And one day they're probably like, what is all these terabytes of data coming out of these 7 phones that are a trade deal? You couldn't even get them worked on. Remember,
yes,
because if you tried to take it into the Verizons, we're like, what's your phone number? Like, well, it's not going to really show up on your system. I mean, they act like you were an FBI agent.
Drew, that was awesome.
It was the best. It was the best. But here's the worst part about that. Remember when Louisville went to, was it Puerto Rico at one summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Puerto Rico. That phone died the day before I left. This is at 8 o'clock at night on Sunday. We're leaving Monday morning, and I'm going to Puerto Rico, and I got no way to get a phone. So I go to Puerto Rico, and people think for a week I haven't returned their calls. One of which was a client at the time that was so upset that he canceled over voicemail when I got back. But might have been a blessing in disguise. It was PT's on Market Street about 2 weeks before the Katina Powell scandal broke. So that worked out well for everybody.
Confirmed.
Yes. But yeah, that was sad. It was the day the music died.
The Verizon phones will always hold a
It will. I still have the phone number saved in my phone just in case. just in case it rings.
Right.
Carry on.
I appreciate you, Drew. Hold on. I got to cough really quick. Oh my God. That was so funny, people. Listen, I've told a story. I don't know if we're past the statute of limitations, but true burner phones used to be a thing when we were in college. They might last a month. They might last 6. You paid up front. And listen, we didn't ask questions about the legality of these burner phones. Sometimes they got you some people. This Verizon phone I used to run my smart TV off pure hotspot all day long. All day long. I know they have the capability of having just a good, true cell phone with internet that can just run everything off the cell phone. I did it could you imagine coming home, hotspotting your own television, hotspotting multiple televisions? I could sit on a nice warm day. I could get home from work or whatever I was doing. I could take off my book bag. I could throw my computer on the counter. I could have early happy hour if I want. Ching, ching, 2 glasses of ice. Look, that was a rough day of radio. I could pop a cerveza, por favor, and I could pull out my laptop, hotspot my laptop, turn on Sports Center, hotspot Sports Center, and take a phone call with no disruptions to anything. None of those circles. But now we're going to get back where we were. I get 3 weeks of, we got the news, blah, 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 from this cable company. And all of a sudden, Marcus can't stay connected. I'm looking at my internet. I'm doing the restarting and what's going on. And just every other day I'm calling and just going a little slower and a little slower. And they say, we have these new things that we can just set up an appointment and bring them to your house. And I'm like, this is a shakedown. This is a shakedown. And here's the problem. I've watched it happen. I watched iPhone have to pay all that money back in the settlement. But you've already cornered the market. So who cares what, you're the only option. It's 2 options for phones. So for 15 years, you've been slowing people's phones down. You pay $15 million. And they put it on iPhone has to pay $150 million for They made $150 trillion in 15 years. by making me go buy a new iPhone that you slowed down. Cable company, I had more faith in you. Sorry about that. Now I'm clear. Cable company, I had more faith in you. Last night, oh my God, you just lost. You lost a cell phone customer. I will not have my cell phone and my cable on the same, length again. You really let me down last night. I get back in town, ready to like take my notes and get the night show ready. I'm excited to be back, and I have to let people know I'm back in town. I have to tell everybody about, how crazy my dad is, and just I got stuff to do. You shut down my TV and my phone. Not shut down, but you jankied it up. And it hurt my feelings. And I feel like I feel like this is a pure shake now. I'm not buying anything else. I'm not purchasing it. Let me hurry up and pay off this phone. Matter of fact, right after this show, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find out. I should have bought my phone outright. I'm going to find out what I owe on my cell phone. And I'm going to be right back on the open market. I'm a free agent. I am going to be the Lamar Jackson of the cell phone service industry. I need, and then if I got an option, I may boycott something. Just start a boycott on something. Add that to the list of places I'm boycotting. I'm not even gonna say anything. Listen, I just got back. I don't want to start any fights. Let me get at the top of that. I owe everybody. Hold on. Burner phones died. You guys could have had your own episode on why. We were the wire. Listen, ESPN Louisville was the wire. Yeah. I'm telling you, these cell phones. And here's the thing. Check this out. I just got to ESPN Louisville. So look, Drew was like, we can get you. You know what I'm saying? So I just started working here. I had been here no time at all. And boy, was I a jerk showing off. I was a jerk showing off the minute I got, and listen, these Verizons were like the first, like the S2, or something like that. Asked you real quick, was it S2? Was those the first ones we got? They were like S2s. He couldn't even tell you. Listen, they were the premier first sleek design. Just the first what do you call it? Model, the Model 1s, the Model 2s, the first slippery slide right into your pocket Verizons. We got those. I just started working here. Came in a nice little box. I'm showing off. It was like, you got unlimited everything on top of everything. There is no, what do you call it? When they throttle, listen, throttle's not in my conversation. So for years, I'm like, what's your problem with your phone? You plan? What do you mean plan? How much you pay for yourself? Excuse me, what? I work at ESPN Louisville. I don't pay for cell phone service. Are you kidding me? My voice pays for my cell phone service. Boy, I enjoyed it. So listen, when the Verizon went down, it was crushing. It was crushing. Cell phone. Almost said the name. Don't go back and try to run it either. I almost said the name. We're going to keep our options open. I'm not going to burn any bridges. I'm not going to burn any bridges with any cell phone companies. Speaking of burning bridges, y'all know I went to Atlanta, right? I went to Atlanta to go celebrate with my father his retirement, right? I was supposed to leave a day early. Stuck around one day, only to land a New York point guard, but it happened right after the show, so I kind of felt like Diener again on that one. I can't believe. Listen. If y'all gonna break news, break it before the show. My goodness. So anyway, I made the trip to Atlanta to go see my dad. You know what my dad told me? My dad told me, he told me before his retirement speech, my dad looked at me. He leaned over at the table. We were at the, at the little dinner table. He said, this is what my dad said to me. He said, Marcus, just giving you the heads up. This speech is going to get a little dark. My dad said that to me before his retirement speech. Oh, no. Oh, my God, Dad. What are you going to say? Rolling along 93.9 The Ville. Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day. Get the most out of weekly sales and receive personalized coupons to save on your favorite items, all while earning 1 fuel point for every dollar spent. Kroger makes it easy to save while you shop, whether it's in-store or online, so you get the most value out of every trip, every time. Download the Kroger app now to save big on your next purchase. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Must have a digital account to redeem offers. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there!
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
The real estate market has shifted with interest rates rising. So having the right real estate agent is paramount to a successful transaction. So call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and the broker owner of RE/MAX Alliance. He wants to make your home buying and selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to a $5,000 seller's credit by mentioning you heard it right here. And if you're looking for financing, Josh can cover that too. His new mortgage brokerage, Motto Mortgage A2Z, has licensed loan originators that can take care of all your financing needs. So don't wait any longer. Contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or Josh Jarbo at remax.net.
Each office is independently owned and operated. NMLS number 2256125.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's pound 529. Offices Louisville.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-455-9419 today.
Coming up on Thursday's edition of the V Show, it's a really special show because we are broadcasting live from Abbey Road on the River.
Yay, Beatles. Ringo's my favorite.
One of the great Beatle festivals in the world, and we'll be out there. Mickey Dolenz is going to be performing Thursday night. He's the headline act. He was with us on Wednesday's show.
Uncle Paulie's set to join us, talk a little bit about U of L rounding out their roster.
Coach Mark Lieberman's supposed to come join us and be part of all the festivities. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Got some Pat 40 sound. I want Pops to react to. Sorry I missed your chicken wings, Pat.
And we'll be in a very celebratory mood because it's a fun time at Abbey Road on the River. You won't want to miss it Thursday, noon till 3, ESPN 680, 1057.
Goomer & Company offers a top-level jewelry buying experience with 2 master jewelers on site to custom create anything you have in mind. I went to Goomer for Ashley's engagement ring, bridal set, earrings, and custom engraved bracelets. The Goomer difference is present in every detail. There was no pressure to buy in Goomer's first-class showroom, and the good people at Goomer & Company were respectful of my budget throughout the process. Visit Goomer & Company at 225 South Hirschburn Parkway, and you'll see the Goomer difference is why Louisvillians have trusted this family-owned and operated business since 1971.
Card Nation, Louisville football is gearing up for their upcoming season, and you should too. L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium is the place to be on game day each fall, and we need you to bring the energy and passion every Saturday. So head to gocards.com/FB tickets today and purchase your 2023 season tickets. This is your team, Card Nation, and it's time to get ready for kickoff. Let's play football.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy bar?
We're back after this.
4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben.
He's headed out of the first hour, but I got to get back to that conversation. Want to jump on the text line? Looks like it's being really helpful over here. Looked up at the screen. Of course, they're saying, "Ooh, Gabe Vincent out for Game 5." Ooh, that looks like a script. That looks like a script. People, I've been trying to avoid the script conversation about basketball. Are the Celtics going to be the first team to come back from 0-3 in history? Okay, I don't have a dog in the fight. I've enjoyed Jimmy Butler's personal dominance. I've enjoyed it. Just watching the games. I like watching dudes just be dudes. So I'm in Atlanta, and it's kind of a side story. I'm in Atlanta. I hit the bar, the lobby bar, Not anywhere else. So I'm there and socializing, a lot of passers-by, looks like a lot of guys in Atlanta just decided to leave their wives and kids up in the room and just like, yeah, we're all going down to the lobby bars. It was a good environment. A lot of basketball fans, socializing. And there's one dude I could tell he was just dying to ask me a question. For some reason he just, he just kind of kept on how you, the comfortable but yet uncomfortable nod that turns into, hey, it's a nice shot up there. So we look at a play and kind of nod to each other. Just it's the pickup basketball unspoken communications that everybody, you got next. You want to Stevie or no? What's up? So before you know it, talking to a guy, he's a big Celtics fan. He's done with his Celtics. He's absolutely done with his Celtics, and he's in pain, right? Towards the end of our conversation of hanging out and, and get to the end of my double vodka light ice, say, okay, I'm gonna take my burger and I'm going up to the room. It's nice talking to you. It's like, but I'll say, hey man, but the Celtics have been looking good. But I said, don't count them out. I said, I don't know. I was like, one right adjustment and one break, Celtics can get back in this, and they can cause some trouble. And Jimmy Buckets, he's been on a tear. Like, losing to what he's been doing, it's Kawhi Leonard-ish. Okay? Sometimes a dude just gets it rolling, but just like they get it rolling, that faucet can get cut off. And Boston has a lot of talent. And they have good role players. And they have tough people. So I say to this guy, you remember I told you this. I was like, I'm not predicting, that they're going to come back and win the whole series. But they might make it exciting. And be careful with them. Be careful counting them out. So, yeah, but with that being said, I am looking forward to the game tonight. Maybe I do want to see the Celtics come back. Like I said, not for any particular reason. I just like being right, and I like giving predictions and watching them come to fruition. Consumer cellular. Okay, I'm getting to the text line, people. Burner phones died. Yeah, okay, that's definitely had a wire. Texas says about time they gave you a real producer. Well, my producer was actually now he's a radio host. He did the show. Got me wanting to watch 5 on 5. So much more. Me too. I recall Scrappy. Okay. Okay. Wait. Let me do this one. Never seen a radio personality want to grave dance on a fan base they supposedly represent so badly. LMAO. If KP actually did that, it doesn't make him look good or cool. Hold on. Sorry about that. I should hit the cough button. Wait a minute. You meant that, texter. Never seen a radio personality want to grave dance on a fan? You call what I've done this morning grave dancing? No. What my dad did at his retirement speech was grave dancing. What I'm doing is teaching a lesson. Teaching a lesson that sometimes what you see is from a perspective of the unknowing. Some people know more than you, a lot more than you. So just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not happening. This is not grave dancing. This is. This dude is a reason I'll say it again, and I'm lecturing. I don't mean to lecture, but I know I am lecturing. And this is not grave dance. This is educational. There's a reason you don't just get lucky and get rosters like Kenny Payne has gotten over all of his time in college basketball. You don't go to the NBA and instantly become the highest paid assistant coach in the NBA. You don't get put on NBA board of directors by just getting lucky and not having 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 2-year plans. You know what you're doing, which means I do get to laugh and say, hey, what a close. What a close. Let's get back to Tyler Johnson really quick. And you know what? I'm going to go off the beaten path. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit.
Jesse Lamore.
And listen, we've had our moments. We've had our moments where certain rankings, certain 247, certain organizations, we felt like they've treated Louisville less than fair, a little less than gracious. We watch a lot of our players, and as soon as they commit, it seems like their stats kind of go down and their rankings go down, and we've been through that stuff. Before I get to the phone lines, really, really quick, let me give a special thanks to one of the newest members of the team, Kentuckiana Pump Sales. People, for every home, building, business, or municipality, they all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, I want you to think of Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like first responders or essential personnel. Over 35 years of experience. Best service, fairest price. And it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Listen, people, go see Harold. Go see Mark. They will find out exactly, and I do mean exactly, what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, anything you need. 3303 Jeffersonville, Indiana. Or you can call them, 812-725-9217, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Jesse, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Marcus, this is Jesse. I've talked to you several times. I appreciate it so much, the way you broke down the New York Guard this morning. It was detailed, and everything you were saying, man, I wanted to say it out of my mouth, and you was covering every base. This guy who just texted you is a hater. Plain and simple. He didn't want Kenny Payne to have success, and for Kenny to show up like he's done actually surprised some people. Believe it or not, it has actually surprised some people. They look at the record last year and they thought that's who he was. But what he's done is actually brilliant. I mean, I don't want to use any hyperbole here, but he's been brilliant. He started out with a 7-footer, 5-star 7-footer. Nobody saw that coming. He built it up in less than 10 days.
Right.
You know, 5-star after 5-star, man after 5-star. You know, just showing out. And then never said a word to anybody. They're mad about that. You know, this guy is showing his brilliance. And you had a lot of points about Kenny was in New York all that time. He probably been watching this. Come on, Mark.
Look, I don't listen. Some of those are just shots in the dark. Now, I'm not.
Dog, you right.
Just random shots. You never know.
Marcus, you right on it. Cause listen, he may have been seeing this boy since he was in the 8th grade. You know what I mean? But we don't know that. But I'm just saying that they did not want Kenny to have this much success. And so you're not dancing on anybody. You were simply breaking down what we know a New York guard to be. And this guy is every bit of it. Now, I haven't seen all of his film, but the little bit I've seen, man, this guy got a twitch in him that we haven't seen in a long since Russ Smith.
Jesse, you gonna get me ran off the air, man.
Hey, Doc. Now, Russ is a monster, but this guy has got a speed to him with the ball, and I've seen guys from New York. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have a different way that they approach the game when they got the ball in their hands. And you're right. He's looking to pass first. But if these guys fumble a few of his passes on that third time, they're gonna be looking for a pass. He's gonna do a floater.
Right.
It's just the way they are, man. And they say, okay, if you can't handle the ball, I'm gonna go and score. If you watch that guy in the tournament, he did the same thing. When nobody else was doing anything, he went to work.
Right.
And he didn't have to. Admit he didn't have to. But we got a gem here, Doc. If this boy stays healthy, man, and KP started it right and he closed it right. And anybody who's got a complaint right now, man, is nothing but a hate. I just had to drop that in.
Jesse, I appreciate the call. Of course, we're bringing the world together. I'm not, that call came out of love, and I'm just going to assume that text came out of love, and it all came out of love. And speaking of spreading love, let's see what On 3 had to say about one Tyler Johnson. What do we got to? I need to get a better pronunciation guide on Tyler. Call him. Are we just having fun using the Bronx, or do we want to use New Jersey? Either way, I mean, they're like a variation of the same dish, New Jersey basketball, New York basketball. Let's check out what On 3 had to say. Bronx, New York. Star point guard Tyler Johnson decommitted from Memphis. He was previously placed at the Tigers since November 12th. Okay, Johnson's number 80 overall prospect. A little lower than other spots. Number 15 point guard in the United States, 2023, according to the On 3 industry rankings. The weighted average utilizes all four major recruiting media companies. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The 6 foot, 160-pound recruit currently holds offers. NC State, Ole Miss, blah, 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 blah. North Carolina State, Pittsburgh, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get to the breakdown. Okay, here it is. Tyler Johnson is an impact player. Following Johnson's commitment to Memphis in November, James Shaw broke down what he brings to the hardwood. Johnson is a true point guard who plays with a sense of flair. What else is new? Boy, that Atlanta Eaton. Johnson is a true point guard. Is everybody calm now? He's a true point guard and plays with a sense of flair. Shaw wrote, he is a quick guard with a tight handle, able to get to his spots in the half court. Johnson is an alpha, confident player with the ball in his hands. However, the aforementioned flair can get him into some trouble. Where have we had players with flair that get them in trouble? It's almost like we had a nickname for a player. I can't think of his name right now. Some player who used to do something crazy and then scored 10 points in a row and then You know, one of those players that you go, no, yeah. No, yeah. And then it's like we like started using his name, his first name, and then I don't know, it's just like Rick Crazy or something, Ricky Crazy, or I don't remember what we used to call him. Texas, if you know the guy I'm thinking of, well, they said the same thing about like a quick guard with a tight handle, able to get to his spots on the court. He's an alpha, confident player with the ball in his hands. However, the flair can get him into some trouble. His 6.1 assists per game were one of the top outputs on the Nike circuit. However, throw in 4 turnovers, which led to a 1-to-5 ratio. You're going to have to take care of the ball. But, young fella, again, we have seen our share of turnovers. We have seen our share of playmakers who just go get it, and we appreciate it. And God rest his soul, Coach Crum said, I can forgive the mistakes of commission, but not the mistakes of omission. Translation, you going hard, you can commit some turnovers. If you doing it out of aggression, not omission, not, I forgot. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I forgot. No, you go hard. We'll control it. We'll get that wild streak under control a little bit. not much. How would Kenny Payne have coached Russ Smith? God, Russ Smith probably the all-time scorer right now in history. If Kenny Payne coached Russ. Okay. Johnson is slippery with the ball in his hands. He has no problem getting anywhere he wants on the court. There's two national writers. There's no problem getting anywhere he wants on the court and has an array of finishes in the paint. He is strong off 2 feet, and he can finish from a number of angles around the basket. During EYBL play, Synergy says Johnson shot 48.6 from 2. He has a strong pull-up game as well in the mid-range. Point guard, get in the lane, pull-up game. You know he has dimes. What? New Jersey, New York? What? Mid-range game, pull-ups, fillet left hand, right hand. New Yorker, all we got to do is cut back on the turnovers. He's an alpha, which means he's going to fight Sky Clark. One day, count on it. One day, one of those guys is going to show up in a practice, and it's going to be a little long, bluish purple thing right on one of their faces. It'd probably show up on Sky a little more. He's light skinned. We bruise a little easier. Show our bruise a little bit more. Than Sky Clark and Tyler Johnson are going to hate each other. But here's the problem. By the time they finish playing together, they're going to be best friends for life. They're going to hate each other this year. And guess what? Kenny's going to love it. He's going to make sure they hate each other. You get my point. Not really hate each other. It's going to be competitive. Very, very, very competitive. Steve Rummage was so excited about that, and I'm going to do him a favor. He'd throw me under the bus. If I had a conversation with Steve about 2 basketball players and I had a great narrative and Steve was in here by himself, you think he would wait for me to get back to work? Or would he just steal my hot take?
He would steal it.
He would steal it. He was still. So I'm gonna go high when others go low. I'm gonna let Steve talk to you about this when he finally gets back in here from Gatlinburg. Strong pull-up game as well as mid-range. Johnson will need to improve his shooting from beyond the arc. He's a capable shooter, has the tendency to shoot off balance. Where have I heard that before? Louisville, New York guards that tend to shoot off balance sometimes. Alphas. Oh man, I'm just forgetting so much today. What texts we have whenever you think of the guy I'm thinking of, you can feel free to text it in to me. Like everybody, we'll need to improve beyond the art. That's funny. That's funny. Why can't it? Give me a pure shooter from New York. Does anybody give me a pure shooter from New York? A pure shooter from New York. Texters 38 31 93 9. Does anybody know? Like I had this conversation with Steve as well. Is that a prerequisite to be a New York City? You know what? Maybe the Jersey move helped him become a better shooter. Why does it take so long? Why can you never credit New York shooters with being pure shooters? Somebody has to give me one. I'm serious. Is my text line blank right now? Give me a New York City pure shooter. I mean, it's like that. I can't think of all these point guards, all the Kenny Andersons and Stephon Marburys and just the long line of the New York point guard. I've never heard one described as a pure shooter. Come on, Texas. I know y'all got one good one for me. Nope. I guess we're all stumped. Pure shooter out of New York. I guess you're not allowed to. Yeah. I don't look again. Let's blame it on the New York rims and Taekwon Dean, Chris Mullin, Francisco Garcia, Mike Merritt. Are these pure shooters? Spike Lee, film shooting. Nah. Mullin, Carmelo. No, Carmelo wasn't considered pure. Carmelo was considered a scorer, not a shooter. Bernard King, he's a scorer, not a shooter. Mullin is probably the closest. But I did say point guard, didn't I? Okay. No, they don't exist. Milt. See, I think once you start to get into Jersey, I think Jersey has some shooters. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that one. I'm almost finished with this. Capable shooter, has a tendency to shoot off balance or at the end of the shot clock. Well, I won't fault the guy who wants the ball in his hands at the end of a shot clock at all. We'll have to get his balance down to develop an understanding of his footwork to get into a shot. Golly, he is a reliable free throw shooter, string above 70%, shooting almost 5 attempts per game, goes to the line. Allen Houston is not point guard, but he is a pure shooter. Is Sosa? No, Sosa. You better not call Sosa a pure shooter. Yeah, that's a strikeout. Allen Houston. Yeah, right. Allen Houston played for New York. Yeah, right. But and listen, the balance on the shooting, like that's to me, that's me. The frustration of watching college basketball. Is Kenny Smith? Yeah.
Mark Jackson.
He's not a pure shooter. No. Did Kenny Smith turn? He turned into a point guard. I think Kenny Smith was like a 2, though. Well,
going deep. Bob Cousy.
Is he from New York? I didn't know Bob Cousy was from New York.
He said Walt Frazier. Walt Frazier, shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard. Well, I guess if you're a point guard, you're not allowed. Look, this is a perfect argument for us Louisville fans. You're not allowed to be a pure shooter and be called a point guard. So, no, we won't do that. Kenny Smith, yeah, I do like the Kenny Smith one. Marbury was not a pure shooter. I mean, look, you can describe every single New York point guard has the exact same resume. Ball handling, tight handle, flashy. Sometimes flashy gets them in trouble. Assist to turnover ratio is not where you want it to be. Streaky shooter. Period. Welcome to Louisville. Middays, Marcus Maven, 939 The Ville.
Coming up on Thursday's edition of the V Show, it's a really special show because we are broadcasting live from Abbey Road on the River.
Yay, Beatles. Ringo's my favorite.
One of the great Beatle festivals in the world, and we'll be out there. Mickey Dolenz is going to be performing Thursday night. He's the headline act. He was with us on Wednesday's show.
Uncle Paulie's set to join us, talk a little bit about U of L rounding out their roster.
Coach Mark Lieberman's supposed to come join us and be part of all the festivities. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Got some Pat 40 sound. I want Pops to react to. Sorry I missed your chicken wings, Pat.
And we'll be in a very celebratory mood because it's a fun time at Abbey Road on the River. You won't want to miss it Thursday, noon till 3, ESPN 680, 105.7.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noise, then call DFH Company today. When you buy a complete Train system, receive 18-month special financing and a 10-year part and labor warranty. Right now, when you buy a full Train system, receive an extended 10-year part and labor warranty and 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. See DFH Company for details. Call 888-653-0051 for financing program details. Credit cost terms. Regulated APR 28.9% for open accounts. APR subject to credit approval and available credit.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in 3 easy steps. 1. Get a free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with a check in about an hour. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-455-9419 today.
Contractors of any size, listen up. When you're looking for heavy equipment to rent, buy, or sell, you need to turn to Team Boone. Whether you're an individual or a large contractor, Team Boone has everything from cranes, dozers, forklifts, even aerial equipment. Team Boone offers a host of competitively priced equipment for daily, weekly, and monthly rentals, with rent-to-own options and job site delivery available. Team Boone has locations in Bardstown and Shepherdsville and has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Look them up online at teamboone.net. That's teamboone.net.
At U of L Health Urgent Care Plus, the plus makes all the difference. You get convenient, world-renowned care that's backed by a network of academic expertise, less wait time, plus more advanced technology, compassionate care, plus no appointment necessary. It all adds up to a smart choice for the best care close by. So don't put your health on hold. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
Okay, ready? Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc, puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call
We have a minute and a half. Is that cool, or you want to come back sooner?
5 at Tisdale Animal Hospital.
And then what time the play out? 52, 53? 51. Okay.
Apply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hey, being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Hi, this is Paul Rogers. I want to tell you about my good friends over at the Fitness Market. When the time came to upgrade my treadmill this summer, I knew Fitness Market was where I needed to go. Their selection of treadmills is the largest in Louisville, and they had the perfect model that fit my needs and my budget. Their delivery team did a great job installing my new treadmill, and they even hauled away my old one. When I visited their location on Plantside Drive, I was amazed at the huge selection of equipment they keep in stock. Not only treadmills, but ellipticals, exercise bikes, home gyms, and strength equipment, even electric bikes. Pat, Chris, and Sarah Wider and their team have been serving the Louisville community for over 20 years, and their Treadmill Medic company services everything they sell. I've been privileged to witness some great teams here in Louisville, and I couldn't be happier with the team at Fitness Market. So do what I did. Visit Fitness Market when you're ready to upgrade your home gym. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder and the corner of Plantside Drive and Watterson Trail, or online, thefitnessmarket.com.
At Holiday World and Splash and Safari, sometimes free takes a little convincing, especially with dads.
Free parking? That's how they get you.
They're just naturally suspicious of free stuff. Free soft drinks!
Whoa. That's how they get you.
But after a day of fun on the world's longest water coasters and our 400 drone light show, dads come around. At Holiday World, we get you. We're just not out to get you. That's why there's free soft drinks! Free parking! Free sunscreen! Get tickets at holidayworld.com.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831 939.
Advantage. Take advantage. Try them out. Get a quote. Get an inspection. See what you need. It might be able to help. And it doesn't hurt if you let them know, hey, I was listening to Middays with Marcus Maben and decided to give you a call. It always makes them smile. And when they tell me, it always makes me smile. And everybody's just helping each other. It's good. Something good to feel good about. I'm going to transition all that good feeling stuff into, I got to finally just tell this. People, I drove 6 hours. I drove 6 hours, which is a lot for me. Let me get one last good cough in before I tell you the story. People say, hold on. I drove 6 hours to listen to Michael Jordan's retirement Hall of Fame speech. What does everybody remember about the Michael Jordan Hall of Fame speech? Do you remember, like what's your takeaway from the Michael Jordan Hall of Fame speech? Is that where the Jordan crying emoji comes from? Yes. So is that what you remember? Is that the first thing you think of? Or do you think of how petty it was? Do you remember when Michael Jordan got up there and didn't he like call out the starter of his high school team when he was a sophomore, or the dude they kept over Michael Jordan at the time? did he really like mention his name and his, and people, y'all, you may think I'm just saying this, but you gotta have a level of insecurity to be great that it's like your curse. You know, like you have to have some kind of insecurity that drives you insane. That's why, like a lot of people, like the reason I'm so forgiving, you know, is because these people are fighting demons. Like people who try to really, really go for greatness are fighting a demon, and it's ugly, right? I'm hoping that my father did not pass that genetic trait down to me. You know, they say like at certain age, like age markers in your life, you like your genetics like unlock DNA, you know, things, you know, like your taste buds changing and stuff like that. I'm worried that might be inside me and I just haven't reached the age that it's unlocked. People, my dad loves teaching. And you know what? Actually, right now, while I'm just saying this, teachers, I owe you an apology. Teachers, educators in Louisville, surrounding counties, and all over the world. Educators, I owe you an apology and an increased debt of gratitude. My dad is a very calm, funny, enjoying life kind of man. And, you know, everybody's told stories. Steve's told stories about Pops Maben. He's a character. Is teaching that, like, I've learned that teaching is so frustrating that only teachers understand the frustration of trying to do right by these kids and getting through the what do you call it? The paperwork, the yellow tape, and the principles, and the you know, just trying to get the smallest things done. I got a chance to be around an entire staff of teachers, educators, and it seems like everybody hates the top dogs in the teaching profession. It's like the principals making it difficult for everybody in the school or something like that. Like I learned about that. And anybody, like, if y'all could turn my dad into a petty human being, y'all job must be really, 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 really hard. And I learned that. My dad, apparently there's a guy at his work that he hates. He hates. You know what my dad said at some point in his speech? It was about a 12-minute speech. I shouldn't say this. Dad, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I have to tell people what you said. Because you made me sit in there. So I'm going to put everybody else in this room. My dad said, nobody has ever made me suppress a homicidal urge like this person. Dad, you can't say that. You cannot say that. Dad, we get it. You don't like him. You can't say that at your retirement ceremony. But in my dad's defense, look, I know you're listening right now, people. You're like, what? There's nothing Marcus is going to say on the back end of this comment that made it that says it's okay to say what he said. Maybe. My dad was the first teacher of the year to not be allowed to address the school. He was pissed. He was pissed. And he let everybody in that place know about it. And I said, we had a little moment afterwards that I could tell my dad. He looked at me and again, he warned me. He said, it's going to get dark, Marcus. And I said, okay, cool. Do you? And I almost gave him that, don't do it, Dad. Right? But then at the end, I said, you know what? The rest of his retired days, it would have ate at him had he not got that off his chest. And I thought about that and I said, do you, Dad? Get it off your chest. But yeah. So that's one petty. Now, something came across while I was gone. I really shouldn't top it off with this, but you know what? And to carry on the tradition of my dad, you want to be petty? I want to read this tweet to y'all. This is something we didn't cover. I mean, we're here to talk about it. Fabio Basili made his announcement that he was transferring, right, to Texas Arlington. Now, I've told people multiple times since he got in the transfer portal, that's the one, from what I know on the outside, basketball eyes, he's the one where I say, Coach, you're wrong. Coach, you're wrong. Listen, in all fairness, Coach has to put up with him in real life. All I get to do is look at the video. All I have to do is look at the film, the quick twitch, the effort he puts on defense, the 6'5" long wingspan. That's the stuff I get to look at. I don't have to have him at study hall, have him where he needs to be. I don't have to corral him into doing the right things on and off the court. I don't have to worry about him messing up my reputation because he might or might not be doing the right things or whatever. All the other caretaking that goes into keeping a basketball team together and out of trouble and making it the machine work. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. All I have to do, look at my game, look at who can play, look at who I think could be an elite player in something. And I say, I've said this, Coach, disagree. Listen, we'll get him. We'll work on it. We'll fix him. I like him on my team. Let me tell y'all this tweet I got. This is the first tweet I opened when I got back from Atlanta. Okay. Apparently I said his name. Dustin, I won't say your last name right now. But I should because you tagged me. And I think people might be able to find you. Let me tell you, you know what Dustin's name is? Forever Yips. Right then and there, I shouldn't.
What is it?
Forever Yips. Now, is he? I don't know if that's not like Ypsilanti, Michigan or something, like Yips. You know what the Yips are? The Yips are the worst thing in sports. The worst. And only somebody who enjoys watching people with the yips would call themselves Forever Yip. Why would you call yourself Forever Yips? It's like, have you ever done any sport in life? That's the worst thing you can experience. The yips is the highest level of sports anxiety. You've watched people who are like legendarily great catch the yips. Simone Biles caught the yips and just had to quit instantly. Just or damn near check herself out. What's my golfer that catches the yips, the breakdown, the meltdown? What's the golfer that had the biggest, like Ernie Els or something, just had like one of the biggest yip meltdowns in history?
All I can think of is Charles Barkley.
Dennis Scott. The yips are a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. So Mr. Yips says, at Marcus Maven, you called me out by full name. and called me a stupid for 15 minutes on your midnight show because I said we shouldn't take a 6-minute video of Fabio from one camp and crown him. Hold this L for me. Maben, UTA, and with like 4 laughing emojis. I don't know if I should, if the saddest part is it was only 15 minutes that I called you out. I don't know if the saddest part that University of Texas Arlington, and there's always people with names like Forever Yips that probably ain't done nothing. No, because nobody who's done anything will waste their time talking about what are you crowning? You joking, right? Don't write this stuff to me. Dustin, I'm going to do you a favor and not block you. This is my olive branch. My olive branch is I'm just not going to block you. I still feel the same way about everything. I should have clowned you more, probably. Forever Yips. I don't want people Forever Yips. Yeah, maybe that's the description of what you. Oh, anyway, good luck to Fabio at UTA. I don't think this will be the last we see of Fabio. I don't know, maybe Fabio needs to mature. I think Fabio is going to be, like I said, I don't think Division I, high-level Division I has seen the last of him, in my opinion. I've seen him up close, my expert opinion. Like I said, from what I hear, it wasn't basketball related. It wasn't all basketball related about his decision to transfer. Well, that being said, not going to waste much time. Congratulations, Jalen Reeves-Maben. Had his first practice back in Detroit. Happy for you. Good job, son. Keep it up. What else? I think that's about it, y'all. I'm going to go do, I'm going to do like Steve, and I'm going to just write down my roster probably later on today. Lunchtime. I'm going to just write down the roster, and I'm going to do like street ball tournament one-on-ones with my roster. Whatever I do, I'm going to have fun talking about this basketball team for a long time. Allie Jack says, good for Mr. Maben. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was worried that by the time I got home, I was going to see that speech on like World Star or something. I'm surprised somebody didn't yell World Star during his retirement speech. As always, 8150-939 is always the number. 3831-939 is always the text line. YouTube channel. It's normally made for the Ville. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.